We got Tsuchika Shimoyamada.
Correct. I think
get
that's
it?
good.
There you go.
And he was third in the Podlansky Cup out in Poland last year. Also eighth at the Asian Championships in 2016.
One of the underrated Greco tournaments out in Poland. One of the underrated freestyle tournaments too. Both genders. It's
it's a tough tournament.
Usually in June or July. But I'm pretty happy to see the Japanese guys out here. We get Japan, we get Honduras, we get Egypt are really the main ones that I saw today. As these two kind of staying in the middle early on. They always come to wrestle.
They do, and they tend to give us fits.
Kamal Bey had a tough one in the Farrell finals. Got thrown to his back early on, came back, but had him danger early. I don't believe that guy's here early, and we're probably going to get a passive coming soon. Looks like we're going to get it against Shimoyamada. And Sancho was working that key lock there.
I will say the one thing I do like about the passivity rules is they don't stop the action.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I do like. Before they stop the action at each call, the juxtaposition to that is there's no force parterre off of it.
Right.
So pick your poison with that.
And I went back and forth on the stoppage, as these two still really stay in the center here. I went back and forth on the stoppage, partially as a viewer. I want to know, especially if it's almost a slip there from Shimoyamada. Almost as, if there's not a commentator, you may not know when. And we're going to get our second passive against Shimoyamada. So Sancho's going to take an early lead about halfway through this first period.
Yeah, to your point, if you're watching at home and there's no one verbally saying what's going on, and the official's out of the camera, points are just going up on the board randomly, and you're like, what?
Right.
Which can be a little confusing. I do like the way Sancho's holding his ground right here. He's really isolating that 2-on-1. He's working it well. Looks strong. Shimoyamada, he's thrown a couple things at him. The arm spin.
An arm spin of Sancho's own, but Shimoyamada high legs out of it. Goes right under there. 50 seconds to go here. That's been Japan's MO as long as I've been watching wrestling. And how about the all-black ASICs on Japan? They are known for having their some of the best ASICs in the world. Where ASICs is based out is we get a first passive against Sancho. Shimoyamada wanted a high dive there. Japanese coaches kind of stayed quiet this whole match. Rob Herman looks like he's going to hold his tongue until the break here coming up. 15 seconds to go. And Sancho pays for that one. Shimoyamada runs through. Now working towards the front here. 2-1 lead. Can he make it a 4-1 lead and get an exposure here? Trying to come up. Nice counter from Sancho, but that's going to do it. So 2-1 heading into the break. And one thing I like about our new scoreboard here, it does tell you how long the break's going. Getting a nice view here of the NYAC coaches in Sancho's corner, getting him towed off. So
I think that was a good tactical first period from Sancho, kind of how he wants to wrestle the match. Obviously, he wants to get to his underhooks a little bit more and get some angles off that 2-on-1. But the trick with wrestling that kind of match is you can't give up points like he did at the end. Can't give up that cheap takedown. So he's going to have to open up his offense now, because he already got a passivity warning against Shimoyamada. Might not get another one, even if he does get one more, still losing on criteria 2-2. So he's going to have to open up his offense and see if he can get to something here in the second period, preferably early on, and set the tone for the later stages of the match.
Yep, and we talked about in the Jones match as far as Coach Lennon wanting guys to open up, wanting guys to attack on their feet, especially with these new parterre rules. And we're getting some action red here from the official, so would not be surprised if Sancho picked up his second passivity soon. The Japanese also, the ones I've seen today, very subtle with their finger fighting to kind of neutralize this. Another arm spin attempt from Sancho, but he pays for it this time.
I think that's going to be an offensive leg foul.
So we at least got a slip. I didn't see the leg foul. Japan is gonna challenge.
He went for the arm spin, came out of it. There was an offensive leg foul with the left hand of Shimoyamada going down. It was almost like a thigh pick, if you want to call it that.
So I believe, as we zoom in the scoreboard here, I believe we're going to get a review for that. It wasn't called. The chairman and the judge only called slip. Looking like they're going to get
either way, offensive leg foul or slip. It's just called back up to the feet, so no points will be awarded.
Right.
Now, what could be awarded is a lost challenge,
Mm-hmm.
which could be a point for Sancho. You see it with the left hand there. I think pretty clear.
We got a great view here. We got boards up on all sides of the mat, so you're seeing at home the same view that we're seeing for the officials as they review it, and the jury of appeal kind of off camera. But when we come back to action, there will be 2:12 left. 66-kilo Dave Schultz Memorial Final. We go Memorial International, Memorial Invitational. It's international, correct?
It's international.
Right, because we got a bunch of guys here, and Japan will get the brick back.
So are they going 2?
Going 4 blue.
They're going 4. Wow. Okay.
So they're saying basically ran through, land on his back, and now Sancho, like his NYAC teammate Sam Jones, is in the hole.
I'm surprised they didn't call the leg foul on that.
And Sancho now going right to work on a front head, knowing he's going to need a couple takedowns. Possibly see if he goes maybe into a drag attempt, try and get a trap arm, roll him up a couple times.
Yeah, big difference between a 4-point deficit and a 5-point deficit as well in Greco. So you can get a takedown and turn or a 4-point move, be right back in this thing. You're looking at 2 or 3 scores, and Sancho hasn't had 1 offensive score yet in this bout. And if you go for something, as we've seen.
And he wanted a headlock there, but it looks like we're going to get a slip. And Shimoyamada, the same thing. Even though there's no point score there, you see Shimoyamada, if he's going to get on top of Sancho, he's going to come around. You see Robbie Smith do that a lot for us on the American side. But really holding ground here now as Sancho is punching those underhooks hard. Wants to get him towards the zone and try and kind of force Shimoyamada. And he catches that, and he's got him up in the air now. Let's see what he can do with it on the edge.
Yeah, he really needs to step off.
Trying to roll through it there. Wasn't able to, but he is going to get the takedown. But they're going to call it up immediately. So he is going to get the 2. Didn't get an opportunity on top. Minute 4 to go. Had him up in the air. Kind of walked towards the edge, which with the lack of forced parterre now, with really a lot of the only opportunity to get on top being from a transition from neutral, we haven't seen as much as the cinch the guy up, walk him to the edge that we saw over the last couple years.
Right.
Shimoyamada on the edge here, run through. We're going to get another 2 from Sancho, but not a lot of real estate to work with to get a turn.
So 6-5 now?
I thought it was, yep, it's going up. Okay. It's just a little delayed in going up. But 40 seconds to go now. Now Sancho is in a match here. Shimoyamada has kind of been on his heels for the last minute. If Sancho can move him to the edge once again, we see a pretty definitive size advantage. Not sure how it's playing out on the screen for you guys at home, but kind of looking here, Sancho swung his leg there hard. No points either way. 20 seconds to go.
And remember, Sancho has to get a 2 here. He's not going to win on criteria 6-6, courtesy of that 4-point move.
Yep, and on the edge here, knows he needs to get a drag. Shimoyamada kind of backing up, knowing that he can give up some ground. And Sancho almost went with a double leg there. So 2 champs for Japan to start us off here. 59 and 66 kilos. Your champ at this weight, Tsuchika Shimoyamada of Japan, your wrestler in blue.
Yeah, that's a tough one.